Welcome to another episode, everyone. Centinela State Prison, the Compton Crips, and the Gangsters got into it. Well, there's a dude named Cisco from Santana Block, Compton Crip, and another dude from 9-7 Gangster. I cannot remember his name, and everything was going okay at first. There in Centinela, the Crips were pretty strong. Cisco, I had done time with before, as he reminded me when I got to Centinela State Prison, somewhere, either in YA or juvenile hall. Short, light skinned, stocky with size. But some people had a problem with the way Cisco acted sometimes. Again, from Santana Block. But he and I were cool, even though he and I had words before over a couple things that he was saying and doing. But before that, he and I were working out together, doing business together, etc. Cisco was a cool dude, but I guess he had some ways that rubbed people wrong. Some people felt like he thought that he was too tough. Some people felt like he was standoffish, etc. You can hear this sort of talk going on around the yard. So some people just really didn't deal with him, but the Comptons love him, and so they were dealing with him for the most part. And he was next door to a dude again from 9-7 Gangster. I also like this dude from 9-7 Gangster. Older, light-skinned, and used to walk with a cane, but he didn't really need the cane. He was a skinny dude with long hair, had a few tattoos. Man, I was trying to think of this guy's name, but I could not come up with his name. This was some time ago. But I'm pretty sure that it was a gangster, but I'm pretty sure he was from 9-7 Gangster. And he was on the yard, and all he used to do was concern himself with the Snoop Dogg, the dude from 9-7 Gangster. Let's call him T. T from 9-7 Gangster, because I don't know his name. Used to mess with the Snoop Dogg on a regular basis. It was plentiful on the yard in Centinela. It was there at the time. So a lot of people had their hands in it and was getting involved in it. But dude, T was next door to Cisco from Santana Block. And T used to be over there smoking. Now, this was okay at first, apparently. No one had a problem with it because everyone in the building is smoking this stuff. And the police are coming in and they're starting to trip because people are not lighting incense. You can, as soon as you hit the building, as soon as you walk in from the outside, from the yard, you're the police, you can smell it. I'm talking about it's all over the building. So it's not just T from 9-7 Gangster that's smoking and lighting up the building. It's a lot of people that's doing this very same thing. However, when T is smoking, one day the police come by and they're sniffing the cells. They sniff the cell before T, they sniff T's cell, and they sniff Cisco's cell. The police will come by, put their nose in the crack of your door and sniff. They smell something. They smell something in the area. They don't know exactly where it's coming from. All these cells. This is not Beverly Hills. These are not mansions. They're right next to each other. So they're not sure exactly where the smell is coming from. They just know that it's in this general area. So they come over there and they do this all the time. And they looking around, they looking in your cell. They don't open your cell door. They look in there and see is it you smoking? They might even ask you smoking, man? You know, they sniffing your door and all that. So this is what they do. They smelling it in this area. They don't know exactly where it's coming from. They know that it's emanating from somewhere in this general area. So they go over there and they're sniffing. But now they sniff Cisco's cell. Cisco, at this time anyway, he didn't do any of this stuff. He didn't drink. He didn't smoke. He didn't do nothing. He just used to work out. He was one of them kind of dudes. He didn't want nothing inside of his body that may have been detrimental. Almost like a health nut. So he didn't have a problem, I suppose, with dudes smoking, but now that the police that came by sniffing the cells, And Cisco has his own thing going in his cell. I don't know what he has in there. Knives, kites that he doesn't want the police to find, or other contraband. So Cisco is not happy about the fact that the police has come by sniffing his cell. He like, man, I don't smoke, So he get at the dude, T, and he tells T, hey, bro, if you're going to be smoking and you right next door to me, and apparently the police is thinking that it's me, or they don't know if it's me or not. They don't know who it is. They don't know that it's you because they coming by sniffing my cell. So I can't tell you what to do. You can't tell another man in prison not to use, not to smoke, not to do this. I mean, if he's in your own car, if he's your homeboy, and you put this on him that he can't do this anymore, then that's one thing. But someone from another car, you can't tell this individual what he can do inside of his cell. So if he wants to smoke and put heat on himself, then that's on him. However, when what he does affects you, then yeah, you can speak up. It's like, I don't even smoke, but you're not giving me none of this stuff. You ain't passed it. And the police over here sniffing my cell, and I'm about to go to jail as if I'm the culprit, as if I'm the one that's smoking, and I'm not. Nah, man. People are going to have a problem with that. So you can speak up in that situation, not necessarily telling someone what to do, but at the same time letting them know that what they're doing is affecting your program. So Cisco hollers at the dude, let him know, I'm not trying to tell you what to do as far as the smoking is concerned. I can't do that. I'm going to ask you, though, to light an incense, cover up the bottom of your door with towel, be it wrap up a sheet or a towel, put it at the bottom of the door. There's a crack at the bottom of the door. That's how you throw your fish lines out and all of this. So you put the towel at the bottom of the door to keep the smell from going out. Still got the crack in the door. Sometimes people cover up the crack in the door. They just want to keep all the smell inside of the cell. So Cisco asked T, man, can you just make sure you light incense, do something to kill the smell. Don't smoke until nighttime or whatever. Now T, he appeared to receive the information okay. He didn't come back at Cisco strong, man, you can't tell me what to do or whatever. It was like, oh, okay, they sniffed your cell. My bad, bro. I'll watch it. I'll be careful. I ain't trying to get nobody else in trouble for what I'm over here doing. So Cisco like, all right, man, cool. And that was it for some time. Coming out of the cell, they're getting along just fine. They haven't exchanged any words whatsoever. The program per normal. And then it happened again a week and a half, 2 weeks later, where the police came in, and this time, because T was over there smoking, Cisco said that he knew it was about to happen, that he can smell it from inside of his cell. This is when you know that it's strong, that this dude is over there smoking a lot, because it's rare that the smell comes inside of your cell. Out into the day room, the smoke goes, yes. But if it's coming all the way into your cell, this dude over there chiefing, he blowing. Cisco said he had an uneasy feeling that he knew something was up because the dude had been warned by the police, essentially, saying, hey, smoke coming from over here. Y'all calm it down over here. Cover up the smell, cover up the smoke. The police done told him this. So now the police feel like they're being put on Front Street, that they're being exposed for allowing this to happen. So now when they smell it again, they came in and they took out all 3 cells, the same cells that they had sniffed a couple of weeks prior and could not pinpoint where the smell was coming from. This time they said, y'all 3 cells come out, go to the program office, gonna drug test you. This is what they do sometimes when they can't catch you, they can't find it, they don't know exactly where it's coming from, whatever. Okay, we're gonna find out this way who's been smoking. We're about to drug test all 3 cells since we don't know who it is. And of course, we're about to tear up all 3 cells. We're about to search them, rip them up, send a goon squad in there. The people who are allegedly, supposedly trained to do this, to find any contraband. So these dudes are in the program office and they're all pissing in the cup. They're all taking their tests. And the goon squad is in their cell, tearing their cell up. They're looking for this stuff. They done had enough. The same little corner over here keeps smoking and fronting them off, and they're not covering up the smell, and we can't catch them. We can't find out who's doing this, so we're about to tear up all y'all cells and see if we can find any marshal in there and book you. Cisco's in the program office and he's ruminating. He's pondering this. He's pissed. He's pacing back and forth, having talks with himself, apparently outraged that he's told this individual not to be smoking, not to put him in it. Now, everything was cool for a week or two. Now the dude done got his cell hit. And who knows what Cisco has in there. But he said since he had already felt uneasy, when he started smelling it, he just felt like the police was coming. He made the necessary adjustments inside of his cell, put some stuff up, flush some stuff down the toilet, pass some stuff down the tier. Hey, man, hold this. I don't like the way I'm feeling right now. These motherfuckers coming. And they came. So he doesn't have anything inside of the cell, including the Snoop Dogg. He hasn't been the one smoking. So he's not necessarily going to jail. He's not about to go to the hole. But it's just the inconvenience of it all. And it's your cell, your privacy being invaded, and you just not being able to, to sit comfortably in your cell without thinking, being paranoid that the police are about to run in there. So he's pissed. And as he's pacing, he's thinking, man, I told this dude. Now he's disrespecting me. Cisco has internalized what just transpired. He's not saying anything to T. They're all there, right there in the same little box together in the program office, taking their urine test. T tries to talk to Cisco, essentially, and tell him, man, my bad. You ain't got nothing in there, do you? You ain't got nothing in your cell, do you? Like my fault, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'll start to wait till later on to light it up, whatever. So Cisco being pissed off, he like, nah, don't trip, bro. It's all good or whatever. But he was already thinking to himself, I'm going to get this dude. This dude is putting me in jeopardy, putting my freedom in jeopardy, etc. Because Cisco, he was on his way out the door. He was going home soon. That's another thing that I left out. That's another thing that really pissed him off. And he really had a few months left. He doesn't want to catch any more time because of something someone else is doing. That's why it's part of the reason he's keeping his nose clean over there is that he's about to go home. So he's not doing anything, as I said, he's not doing anything that he's not supposed to be doing. And now someone else is potentially getting him in trouble and can potentially stop him from going home. As far as he's concerned, this is what he has absorbed. This is what he has observed. And he's made a decision that if he's going to have to stay because of someone else's indiscretions, he's going to make it worth it. And to everyone's surprise, I was certainly surprised because he had just a few months to go home. When they got back to the cells, the police found nothing during the cell search, sent everyone back to their cells with a warning. Y'all continue this nonsense, we're going to break y'all up, move y'all out, switch y'all up, beat up y'all cells, see to the whatever. Because they're pissed that as far as they're concerned, they're being fronted off and they cannot catch the person that is fronting them off. They just know that this person is within this area. When they popped the doors for dinner, later on, Cisco, I didn't know about it. I'm sure his homies knew what he was about to do. Obviously, he congregated with them and talked to them at some point, sent them kites or whatever. I don't know. Everyone pretty much thought it was over when they got searched, took the piss test, and got back to their cells. But it wasn't over with Cisco. When they hit the cells for dinner, Cisco ran into T's cell with a little something. And he started squabbling T. Now, as I said, T, he's much smaller than Cisco. He is smaller than Cisco, and he's walking with a cane. But I'm not so, because he sometimes walks without the cane, but he has a limp. So Cisco's in there swinging on him. T, he on the bump. He trying to get up and swing back. They're in there fighting. They squabbling. And then I guess T tried to grab Cisco around the neck. So Cisco come out, he got a little piece. He got a little blade or something. He got something in his hand. He come out and he's swinging it at T. He's finna go home in a few months, but he's upset. He's outraged over what done transpired. He done lost it. Logic goes out the window sometimes when the anger comes in. And when he starts swinging a weapon on T pick up his cane. He got his cane right there in the cell. That's a weapon. He pick it up and starts swinging it at Cisco. So they both got weapons. He hitting Cisco with the cane, hit him in his side, hit him in his leg, swinging it at his head. And Cisco done hit him a couple times with a little blade. He got a little knack here and a little cut there, and they're in there going at it. And then finally, Cisco come out of the cell, breathing hard. Got a little bit of blood on him. The police didn't even catch what had just transpired. This is obviously what Cisco was hoping for. He didn't do it on the yard. He didn't do it in the day room. He said, I'm going to go inside of his cell and try to get away with this. This is your best chance of getting away. Is doing something inside of the cell for the most part. So he did that, and then he came out. They both really handled their business. Cisco felt disrespected. He ran in the cell, but T didn't back down. He picked up a cane and started whacking that motherfucker. Louisville Slugger, Barry Bonds, without the steroids, swinging it. Whack, back. And Cisco swinging his thing. And they went at it, bro. And it stayed right there. We're wondering if the Compton Crips are about to get into it now with their car, with T's car. Or is it just going to stay right there? But since they both had weapons, nobody felt like they lost in that situation. Cisco ran in his cell, whatever, but he felt like he defended it. He handled his own. I guess he felt like he probably was wrong anyway. He started this. He initiated it with bringing the police over there. So everyone was pretty much willing to let it go, even though weapons were involved, since they both had weapons and no one was really critically injured. They said, we good, everybody good. And now it was the end of it. Stay free, people.